Hey, this is Rosa RCG Creations. How you doing? Today I'm bringing you a new project. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Excuse me, sorry about that, I had to sneeze. I'm doing a swap and I have to create 8 different type of mason jar embellishments. And the reason I want to video this is I made every single one of them different because we're all supposed to be different. But the biggest thing is I used a lot of my scraps. And this is if you do save your scraps, this is a great way to recycle those. And you just, a little bit of it goes a long way. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to first show you my last jar that I'm going to make, and then at the end I'm going to show you all the ones that I did already make. So what I'm doing here, and this is, oh, I forget the name of this paper. It's kind of feels like tissue, but it's thick, and it's been embossed and inked. And oh, what do you call it? I forget what you call it. If I remember, I'll put it in the description box of what it's called. But it's really nice to work with. It's got a little bit of mobility, but it's not really overly stiff, but you can really work with it. But what I did, and this is one thing you want to do when you're working with dark colors and you want to stamp something. Here's my little stamp, and it says, hello sunshine, with some little rays. There it is right there. Okay. And because this is such a dark background, I only wanted to stand up a little bit. I didn't want to stand out a whole lot. And I can emboss it and make it shiny, but I don't want to take too much away from the card. It's the little embellishment itself. So what I've done is I'm taking some Stampin' Up! Whisper White ink, my ink pad. And you do have to stamp this 3 times because it is very, very dark. I went ahead and already set it up. Oh, let me move this, make sure I'm in frame here. So I'm going to ink it up. And you do have, and this is the one time you definitely want a stamping tool of some kind, because you do have to ink this 3 different times so it gets a nice, good impression. So that's one. As you can see, it shows, but it's not really clear. It's not really legible. There's 2. Now let's do one more. And if you have a stamping tool of any kind, Misty, this is my Stamparatus from Stampin' Up. Tim Holtz has one. There's the off-brand ones. There's some other brand ones, name brand. There's all kinds out there. You do what's best for you, and you work within your budget or however you want to do it. But for me, personally, I really enjoy my Stamparatus. Number 1, you get 2 of these little tools. Number 2, you're able to pick it up and move it. So if you want to do like a rainbow effect, you can do that because you just pick it up and move it. Pick it up and move it. Or have one here. You can have a stamp right here. And then you just pick it up, turn it around. And then you have another stamp on this side. And the same thing, you can do all 4. So you can actually stamp multiple items at one time and really speed things up, especially if you're going to be doing several duplicates of the same project. And then this is just my Stampin' Us stamping scrub. This is a good 15 years old, if not older than that. And you got a little set of raindrops right here, a little sun right here. What you do is you put your liquid, which is your stamp cleaner, you spray it on here, then you scrub the little stamp, and then you scrub it over here, and that takes off the extra residual of ink in between all the little grooves of the letters or the symbols of the design, whatever it is. But this turns out to be just a perfect size for my Stamparatus to give me an additional platform. So as I'm inking, I'm not putting too much pressure on the hinges here, because you got to be careful. You put too much pressure, you can crack this. Because remember, this is just some kind of acrylic. I don't know what kind, but some kind of acrylic. Okay, so I did okay, but I'm not really too happy with it. So this is going to be number 4. Okay, this is going to be my finished project. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. But you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. Just because I Just because I can. You know, I'm being honest. Just because I can. And I want it to be really, I want it to stand out, but I don't want it to go crazy overboard either, though. Okay. Perfect. Let me close my thing up. And I have one of those little rotary ink pad holders for my Stampin' Up! Ink pads. And on the top it's got the little tray so you can, I hold my refills in there. I also have some other stamping blocks. Like here's the stamping block that I use. I mean, if you really should have at least 2 different sizes of stamping blocks along with a stamping tool. I use this 99% of the time. But if it's something simple, it's just one little stamp, I don't do that. Or if I'm not exactly for sure if my ink has enough juice in it and I don't have a re-inker, then I use my stamping tool. So in case I have to redo it again, I can perfectly line it up exactly where I need to and it won't smudge on me. Okay, I'm just taking off this little last filament because I've been stamping for the last 3 days trying to get these projects done, and life happens and have to do other things like my chores. I hate doing chores, but I got chores I got to get done, so I don't get to spend a lot of time on this, but that's okay. Now I'm going to move that over out of the way, and then I'm going to take my little magnet off, and there is my little vase. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. And I went ahead and I will be showing you these, what they look like, because I went ahead and created some extra. I always like to give goodies to my person that I'm swapping with. And here's a little mason jar, and you know, I hope you can see that, but it's got the little ridges on the where the little rings would be on the top of the jar. And then here is the can, the top, the little ring. You know, you got your little ridges. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to move it, not too fast, not too slow. I hope it's in focus. I'm going to stop and hopefully it gets in focus. And you can put this on here. I was thinking just have this just like this little jar, just like that. Make it nice and simple. But then I was also thinking, because there's an opening in this particular die set, that I could put these little flowers in here to make it look, you know, here's your mason jar. Because remember, these are embellishments. These are made to be used in either on a scrapbook page or a card, whatever. But then that adds a little bit of look. So, you know, because a lot of people do use mason jars as flower holders for fresh flowers. So this is, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But because this is so much thicker, I'm just going to put tape on here. I'm not going to put any adhesive on it because it's not going to really stick. I just got to find, where is my tape? Oh, where did my tape? Oh, you know what? I used it to wrap a package. Let me grab another roll. And this is just going to be plain Jane tape. And I'm not going to use this little lid, because it's going to, actually, yeah, well, it'd be fine. I could still use it. But let me tape this in here first. Let me line it up. Let me get my little string in here. Let me line, oop, this is too big. Let me get my scissors here. And then let me put, I'm going to put extra tape on here just because I want to make sure that it stays in place. And you always want to put your tape on here, stick it down, and you line it up. And then you want to add pressure to it right there so you know it sticks. There. And there is, oh, I gotta do my little rim. There's a way to do this. Yeah, because you can tell, I hope you can see, I don't think you can see it, you might be able to. There's the top and a bottom of the lid. And I'm just going to add this with glue. Let me get my pen in here, because I nipped the tip of this glue top because I lost my pen. My little safety pen, I lost it. This is my last one, so I'm being very careful with it. And I just put excess glue on top when I'm done, so it doesn't dry up my entire jar of glue. Okay, so this is the top. And let me get my stuff here. I'm going to line it up as close to this as possible. Okay. Okay, I'm back. We had to stop. Alrighty, here we go. I went ahead and just taped the back of it so it's nice and secure. And here is the little mason jar. This is just an embellishment. And here's another one that I made earlier today. And this was made out of 4 different dies. And this one, what I did is I used my Nauvoo crystal drops to make the little dots on the top of the lid with the little beads. And on the little beads, I used the glossy accents on the little wings of the bees. And you know, all this color was done with watercolor. Here, this one, I think this was kind of fun. This was kind of cute. I just colored it at something. I wanted them all to be different, but what I did is I put a little brad on the back, so you can actually open and close it, however you want to do it. And then here's the little message on that one. See that one? So this is a movable item. Here is a simple little one. This came, one of my little mason jar dies, and I will show you all the little die sets that I have at the very end. Has I just put some little rhinestones here in the corner, on the 4 corners. This is a little frame, and then this is just card paper, and then this is just where I inked the lid. I kind of wanted it to match with some color in the paper. This one is pretty much the same thing, but then I just get some little twine to make like the little old-fashioned, when you give a gift, you put twine around it. And here is some colored paper. And this is some extra thick twine. I just like the color of it, so I got the purple to match. Then I got these little pearls, the little tiny baby pearls, but they're like iridescent, so they turn like the color which is around. And then I just put this as an accent piece with double-sided foam tape, just to give myself an accent piece on there. And I left this long so that way the recipient, she can do whatever she can do whatever she wants with it, cut it down, redo it, make it into a bow. But I wanted to make it long enough so she can do that herself. And then this one, this was fun to do. This is Flower Soft, and I got this from Jen Evers at Quality Crafts. But it's little foamy stuff. This whole little bag costs $3. This is like my 4th or 5th time I've used this, so a little goes a long way. But all you do is get wet glue, or you can do the double-sided adhesive, and then this just sticks on top of it, and then once it dries, it's stuck. And then I just got my little twine and my little message. This is supposed to look like the little veggies inside the mason jar. And then this one, I put my glossy accents, so I wanted to look like it was an actual jar. Now, I will be putting all these overnight once, because I don't do this till I know all this is totally dry. And so I had to, you do definitely need to leave this on a good 4 to 6 hours so it totally dries. And it does bend a little bit, but if you just lay something heavy on it, it will lay flat. And then so what I did is I colored the background with my watercolor. All these were done with watercolor, the ones that were colored. These other ones, like this was paper. This one was paper. All these other ones were done with, oh, and then this one was that, I can't think of the name of that paper. Oh, I forget the name. Anyway, but the rest of these were just colored, colored with watercolor. But look, isn't this pretty color? It looks different color like it really does in a jar. The different textures of a jar. And then with the shimmer from the glossy accent, it really does look like it's water. And then I am stamped again. I have a stamp that goes with this particular die set. So you cut it out and then you stamp again so it looks like the silhouette shape of the actual jar itself. So that one was a fun tool. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, that's by 8 cards, 8 jars that I have to cut and send out to my swap and partner. And then what I did is I went ahead and made some extra ones so she can do whatever she'd like with it. And here's an extra little frame, just like on this pink one right here. This is the other piece that goes with it. Oh no, that's not the piece that goes with it. Oh, there it is right here. I already used it. And then here's another one of these little jars. And here is on these jars you could either use the solid lid or you can use the one that looks like it's been covered like with a piece of cloth, like in the olden days we used to do that. And then here's a little frame border for another message. So she's going to get all this as a freebie. And thank you for swapping with me. And oh yeah, here are the items that I used. I wanted to show you them. This was a set of individual stamps, and they're not a name brand that I know of, because they were in a kit that I bought many years ago. But because they're so tiny, I just put them all together in little baggies. This is all stuff to have something to do with cooking, and I got it in a Ziploc baggie just so I don't lose them all. And then this one, okay. This is the one that I used, the Hello Sunshine stamp right here. This one is from Momenta.com, and this is lot 58880. There's the information on that. And of course in the description box I will put all these on there, but there's the stamp that goes with that, and I'll put all that away after the video. Okay, I didn't use this one at all, so let's put that back. Here is that stamp. Here's the die, the stamp, the die for the jars. There's the 2 jars, and here's your little messages. And then I like this because you can actually like write something down on here, so that was fun. Okay, and then here's another one that I did do. There's that big jar, that great big one. There's that, and then there's the 2 that cut out with that. And here's the little stamp sets, all this that comes with it together. This is from Artsy, and this one's no name, lot 0005607. If you want to look it up and possibly purchase, I really don't know if it's on sale or not. But then that is everything that comes with that die. Ooh, my little thing fell over. This was another fun one. This was good. And this is the one that says, have a fabulous day. I have it on here somewhere. Where is it? Have a fabulous day. Here it is right there. This one right here. I used that sentiment. But isn't that a pretty font? Look at that font. Isn't that pretty? I like that font. And then there's the little butterfly. So this is the full one. And this is just a little silhouette outline of the little butterfly that I did here on this one. So this one was the one with the little die. And this brand, okay, this is a no-name brand. So I just used some cardstock because this came with a no-name brand. Oh, I'm sorry, here it is. It's Hero Arts DC134 is the name of this stamp and die set if you want to check that out. Okay, and then this one I didn't use, that one I didn't use. This one I did use. No, I didn't use this one. I always like to get a whole bunch of stuff to see what I'm going to make and what I'm not going to make. This one I did use. This is on the little bee. Be happy. With the little bee. And I went ahead, they come out with a die for the little bee, and it comes with a die for the little flowers. There's 3 different types of flowers. But that one's cute. Here, let me show you. Can you see the shininess on the wings because I did the glossy accents on there. I hope you can see that. But that turned out fun. Okay, and this one, whenever I make extra die cuts, or I'm going to use bits and pieces of it, because you get either two, there's the ring, and there's the one cover. You could do it either way you want. I always put the extra pieces in here, so that way I'm always ahead of the game. And here's the set of dies that come with it. And that goes up here. Just so, and that's just an extra stamp. I don't know where it came from. I've got it, and I just stuck it in there just to have it somewhere on there. And then I make my own little with sheet protectors, and I get my fuse tool and I seal the pockets, so I make my own little pockets to fit whatever the project is that I'm using, or the stamp set that I have. Okay, didn't use that one, didn't use that one. Oh, this is another one I wanted to show you. I didn't use this, but I wanted to show you. Look at all these little jars. This is all together. But unfortunately, this is also another no-name brand. I do a lot of purchasing through subsellers on Facebook. Actually, I'll find them on Facebook first. And then if they have a YouTube channel, I join their YouTube channel. But this one's from Deb's Deals, I believe is where I got this from. But isn't that fun? Look at, you got the big jar, the smaller one, and then the different medium-sized one with all the different messages. I wish I knew what the name of it is, but I don't, so I have no way of knowing of where this came from. And that is all. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, and comment, and we thank you, and we see you in the next video. Bye-bye.